Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to our week 4 call for our 6-week challenge group that Abby Jo and I are doing. I am super excited for tonight's guest. We met last July at Jules training. There was this blonde girl and another girl with really amazing long hair from Hawaii sitting behind me. And, and they were kind of, you could tell they were super good friends and just had this amazing light and energy about them. And as many of you know, Emily made it as one of the top earners from convention to Musha K, which is so amazing. And I just was so excited that she was willing to do this call for us and really kind of share how her team has grown and things that she's used to really push past, challenges and obstacles that we all see, but their team has definitely pushed beyond and continued to grow. So with no further ado, Emily, take it away.
Hi, guys. So I'm from Sandy, Utah, and I started Plexus 21 months ago, 22 months ago, October of 2015. And my sponsor with the long, gorgeous hair is Brooke Hemingway, and she lived on Kauai. My mom lived there for 4 years, and she was in a church calling with Brooke Hemingway. And so she had us wanted us to be friends, and Brooke and I, our personalities are polar opposites, you guys. Like, she's super introverted, quiet, not social. I'm like highly extroverted, very social, very blue. I don't know if anyone is more blue than me. I remember when we had this thread for all the Mushiki earners, and we were getting on our planes, and everybody's flights were delayed, and I was saying, oh my gosh, they're bringing the hot towels. And Bridget Ryan goes, I think you might be more blue than me, because it's just, I bleed blue. That's what I always tell everybody. So if you know anything about like a super red-green personality and a blue personality, usually they irritate each other because they're so different. But Brooke has become my very best friend, and we have been running mates and power partners from the whole way, from the start. And the reason why I listened to Brooke, this is why introverts are so good at this business. So if you are an introvert, or you are shy, or you don't like to be, really out and in front of everybody, lucky you, because this is why they make such great salespeople, because people trust them, because when they open their mouth about something, it must really be amazing. And that's what happened when I saw Brooke Hemingway posting on Facebook about Plexus. I literally called my mom on the phone and said, what is Brooke Hemingway talking about? And she said, I don't know, but I think I want it, because I have never seen her post on Facebook, let alone do a video. And so I watched her for about a month, and then I finally decided to pull the trigger. And it took 3 weeks for my products to come. I don't know, maybe you guys have heard of some back office switchover or something that would have delayed my products back in 2015, October 2015. Thank goodness for that, because that's why I am here today. In those 3 weeks that it took my products to come, I tried to cancel 3 times. And then when I couldn't get through because there was a 2-hour hold, they had taken my money. I was sure I had been scammed, because who takes your money and doesn't send you products, and then you can't get a hold of anybody on the phone, right? So I tried to call so many times and I couldn't get through. I couldn't cancel my order. And so finally my products came. I decided to start taking them. 7 days in, I called Brooke and said, it's changed the color of my breast milk. I'm done. I'm out. I'm done. I'm done taking this. I'm done. And this was back when you could not get a refund for your products, right? As a wholesale ambassador, which is what I signed up to be, because I wanted the least expensive price. And the day that I joined, I told her, I will never share. Don't ever ask me to share. And I meant it. I 100% meant it. I was not going to do a business at all. And I knew that those never worked out anyway. So I knew I shouldn't even try, right? Have you heard that before? So famous last words, right? So anyway, she talked me off the ledge and kept me going on the products, made me agree to go at least 30 days. That was day 7 that I tried to quit on her. And then I a few days later, around the probably 7 days later, 6 or 7 days later, around the 2-week mark, I woke up one morning and I felt really, really good, even though my kids had me up all night long. I mean, I had a kid that came in at like 4:30 in the morning, 5:30. Then I'd get up and get the kids off to school at 7:30. I went to bed late. There were just so many things. And I remember thinking, I shouldn't feel this good. So I got out of bed and I went into the pantry to drink my pink drink because I didn't want anyone seeing me drink it, not even my kids. So I'm drinking my pink drink in the pantry, getting my kids off to school. And then as my daughter was leaving, who was in kindergarten at the time, my kids were 7, 5, 3, and 4 months old. And she looked up at me and said, "Mommy, you're not mean anymore," and gave me a kiss and left. And I thought, oh no, it's working. This is that plexus thing that Brooke said would work. And I thought, there's no way I can pay for this. Like, I fully planned on just ordering and then being done. I didn't want to do it ever again because we could not afford it. My husband was working 3 jobs, 6 days a week from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And we were just living paycheck to paycheck and had about $30,000 in credit card debt, $20,000 in medical bills. And we were very, very happy. I knew that money didn't buy happiness. And so it wasn't something that, it was it was irritating. It always felt like we were in this gerbil wheel, never going to catch up, never get ahead. And it felt very heavy, but I recognized that I would never be happier in my whole life. I had 4 beautiful kids, a husband that I love, a good home, a great neighborhood. We had everything to be happy for, except we didn't have any money. So, but we did. We had a nice home and cars. We didn't know any sort of need. We wanted things, but we didn't know any sort of need. Middle class, we were good, but we felt very poor in the sense of if somebody broke their wrist, we felt very poor. If we had to get new tires on the car, if my husband wanted to take time off of work for a week, it would set us back for 6 to 12 months in more credit card debt. It was just this piling and piling and piling. And so anyway, I was just so devastated that now I was going to have to fit in this plexus money into my budget every month that I couldn't afford. And so all morning I walked around my house and I felt very, very moved and inspired to stop and make a video and share on Facebook. And at this point, Brooke still thinks I'm quitting, you guys, because I didn't message her to say it worked. Because I'm trying to think in my head, like, how can I get out of this? I got to talk myself out of this somehow. And I kept feeling more and more pressed to make a video. So I sat down and I made a 6-minute video. You can still watch it on Facebook. It's called "I'm Fully Out of the Plexus Closet." And then like Brooke Hemingway, "This is all your fault." And I tagged her in it. So I posted that video. That was, that was how she knew that I was loving the products, is I just posted this video without telling her. And I went to go get Maxine from kindergarten. And 45 minutes later, when I came home, there were 22 messages on that post and 45 messages in my inbox. And what that told me is that everyone around me was feeling like crap and nobody was talking about it. And if there is anything that gets me moving, it's a good cause. And people suffering in silence, for me, was a good enough cause to put my little butt into gear and at least get my products paid for. So that was the November to Remember month. And when you got 8 preferred customers and 8 ambassadors, you got a $1,000 bonus. And I got 5 preferred customers and 5 ambassadors in that little 2-week period from November 12th until November 28th. That's what I accomplished. And when they gave me my $900 paycheck on the following month, I told Sean, "Hurry and cash it. Hurry. Something's wrong. There's no way this money is ours. Don't spend it because they're probably going to ask for it back." I thought there was no possible way that this was actually legitimate. And Amy Paul kept saying, "No, it's real. It's real. I promise it's real. The money will keep coming. I promise. Just keep going." And so Brooke and I just linked arms as power partners and we ran all the way. So I was able to be the first emerald in Utah, and then first sapphire, first diamond, and winner of Mushaki for convention this last year. Just It's been such a crazy ride. And the reason why I share that with you is if you have somebody that tells you they will never share, just in the back of your mind, say, for now. And if you feel like you are not, that you will never be able to achieve the things that everyone else is achieving, you're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. You can achieve anything that you set your mind to. When that Musha Key contest was announced at Super Saturday, I was sitting at the Scottsdale, Arizona Super Saturday, and I just had ranked Sapphire the week before. And my first thought, I still remember seeing it on the projector and hearing the music and seeing the water fall into the big tubs with the pink flowers. And my first thought was, oh, bummer, I'll never be able to earn that. There's no way I'll be able to earn that. And then I got home and Brooke Hemingway's on the phone to me. We're going to do this, right? We're totally going to do this. And I was just kind of tired. And I said, are you crazy? I have 2,000 people on my team. There is no way that I can earn this trip and go up against these jewels and these diamonds who have hundreds of thousands of people on their team. You've lost your mind, Brooke. Like, you've literally, legitimately lost your mind. And she was like, no, I think you ought to sleep on this. I'm going for it. And I really think that you're underdoing yourself here. And I was just like, you're crazy, girl. I am not doing this. I'm not doing this. I'll maybe go get the watch. Okay, fine. I'll go earn the watch. Like, if you are feeling depleted and you are feeling like you are never going to make your goals, stop it now. Because had I not changed my attitude and my mindset, you know where I would not have been in June? I would not have been on Musha Key. Somebody else would have been there in my place. So you can absolutely do it. And if you don't do it, someone else is going to take your spot. There's a spot waiting for each and every one of you to earn. It's your job to get out there, believe in yourself, believe in your team, and then go out there and get it. So I know that Leaders Retreat contest is winding down here. And I think you guys are all in, right? You guys are all doing something with your team with Leaders Retreat right now. So one of the things that is so disheartening as a leader is to know the potential of your team and for them not to believe in that themselves. And there is a teammate of mine who 100% she could earn Leaders Retreat. Still, right this minute, she could still earn it. But she quit before she even started. And it kills me to watch her not even try, because she said, well, I mean, realistically, I'm probably not going to add 30 people to my team before the end of the month, right? So that's one attitude to have. Well, that has not been the attitude that Brooke Hemingway and I have had from day one. We were always like, okay, to win the shopping spree, how many do we need? And Amy would say, well, you're going to need to have 175 join your team this month. And the month before, we'd had 80 join our team. And we're like, okay, 175, totally doable. Let's go. And we just went for it, even though it was not realistic. Now, I'm not talking about you're a silver saying, oh, I want to be ruby next month. I'm not talking about that. That is not realistic, right? So whatever goal you have, let's talk specifically about Leaders Retreat. If you have a goal to earn Leaders Retreat, decide today that you are going to try to make that goal happen before the end of this month. And whether you fail or succeed, you will already succeed, because any momentum and movement that you get on your team this month will push you toward a rank advancement in the months to come, just because you committed and you decided that you were going to try and earn Leaders Retreat this month. So I have people on my team who have 60 credits right now for Leaders Retreat. And I told them, okay, you need this much PV and this many ambassadors to join your team, something like 56. It was for one of my team members. I said, you need 56 people to join your team. And she goes, okay, perfect. Has no workers. She goes, great. Okay, I'm going to make a chain link and I'm going to count down every person that joins my team this month. And she knows that she will probably not get 56 people. But who knows? You never know in this business. When I was a gold ambassador with Plexus, I had a stranger private message me on Facebook because her son went to school with my son. And she said, hey, can Brennan come over and have a play date with Jaron? My husband works from home. Can he come and play? I said, yeah, I work from home too. He can come on Tuesday. She said, oh, really? What do you do? I said, oh, I take these supplements that like help me with my mood and my sugar cravings, and I sleep better. And in my mind, I'm like, she's going to think I'm crazy and totally ignore me. And I said, and it like helped me have more energy and everything. Anyway, does Tuesday work for you? And she said, yeah, Tuesday works for me, but I want what you have. What do you have? She sent me all of her information through Facebook Messenger. Don't ever do that, by the way. But she did it before I asked for it. And I signed her up on the spot. She fast started gold that month. And her level 1, Christy Jex, was my first jewel the month after I ranked diamond. So that's the other thing I want to tell you. You do not have to have a jewel under you to rank diamond. You can be your own runner. And one person can change everything in your business in a snap. So if you think that you're never going to make your goals and you're never going to find that person, you're right. But if you change your mindset and you say, the person who's going to change my team is just around the corner. If you wake up and say that to yourself every single day, guess what you're going to find? The person who's going to change your team is going to be just around the corner. And it might not be a fast start gold. It might be someone who goes silver in a week. It might be someone who takes 8 months to go silver and then goes diamond 2 years later. Who knows, right? It's kind of like this twisted little, who am I gonna grow up and marry? So I write all the boys' last names in cursive next to my name during history class. Did you guys do that, or am I the only one that did that? Emily Johnson, Emily, like all the different boys' names that I loved. Okay, it's just like that. Your story is being written right now, and you have no control over when you're going to find that person. What you have control over is believing that it's going to happen and getting in activity now and understanding that that person who's going to change your business is right around the corner. So every morning, wake up and say, the one person who's going to change my business is right around the corner, and I'm going to get closer to finding them today, because you are. With every no you get, with every person that ignores you, with every person that starts and says yes, all of those people are getting you one step closer to finding that person who's going to change your business forever. Okay? So believe that, because it is absolutely true. And if you are 56 people away from earning Leaders Retreat, guess what? If you have 2 people fast start on your team in the next 2 weeks and help a couple people go silver, you're earning Leaders Retreat. But if you quit right now, you for sure will not be going to Leaders Retreat. 100% for sure will not be going. There is this great quote that I love from this book that I'm reading called Daring Greatly. Have you guys heard of it before? By Brené Brown. So it talks about this quote by Franklin Roosevelt, and I absolutely love it. I'm just going to talk about how this applies to anything, especially working for Leaders Retreat, anything that we do every day in our life, in our business, whatever it may be, because he talks about how at our worst, if we fail, at least we fail while daring greatly. We all are going to have failures in our life. We are all going to have successes. I used to be an elementary school teacher before I had my kids. And what I would always tell my students is there's always going to be someone that's better than you. But guess what? You're always going to be better than someone else. There's always going to be someone that you're better than. And there's always going to be someone that's better than you. It doesn't really matter where you fall in that pack as long as you're doing your best. And if you fail, as long as you fail doing your very, very best, you've already succeeded. That is 100% the outcome every single time. So what could you be doing right now to be failing forward to make your goals? And like I said, even if you do not qualify for Leaders Retreat, you are already doing better than you were before you were not trying to earn Leaders Retreat. So even if you're like, there's no way I'm going to earn it. Okay, try anyway, because if you have 3 people join your team this month and you help one of those people go silver, guess what? You are halfway to gold when those people go silver themselves, which means you have a rank advancement coming up. And that means you're going to be that much closer to promoting several times before convention, but definitely before Super Saturday. And I love to track my progress by these events in Plexus. They are meant to help you promote. It's so genius. When you earn the contests, you will promote. And that's what finally Brooke Hemingway knocked some sense into my head about, is sitting in January. She said, well, do you want diamond by convention? And I said, yes, I do. 100%. I want diamond by convention. She said, well, let's go earn Mushiki. And I said, well, my focus is diamond. She said, don't you see? It's the same thing. And Plexus is so genius that they have these contests, because by earning Leaders Retreat as a silver ambassador, guess what you are going to be by the end of Leaders Retreat? You're going to be gold. And if you are a gold ambassador and you earn Leaders Retreat, you're going to be senior gold. If you are a senior gold ambassador earning Leaders Retreat, you're going to be ruby. So, just remember that when you go into these contests, the sky is the limit. Dare greatly. Set a goal that seems big and scary. Decide that you want it and be vulnerable with yourself to fail. It's okay. I was so scared that my whole team was going to watch me fail and not earn that trip. And I was going to be embarrassed that I tried and didn't make it. Guess what? I tried and we made it. Try something. What if you make it? If you don't make it, it's fine. Just private message me. We'll cry together. There are things that I've gone for and have missed also a lot in my life, but even in Plexus. So it's okay to do that. So how do you earn this though? How are you going to do this? First of all, you should be messaging people every single day before you do anything else. So first, wake up, brush your teeth, get dressed, go to the bathroom, have breakfast, drink a pink drink, do all of that, please, before you open Messenger, so you don't become a crazy person out of balance. Maybe you want to read your scriptures, say your prayers, do something to fill your cup. There's this beautiful quote that Rhonda Shaw shared in our Jules training that we did. We were in the Emerald Room training, and there was this quote by Emily Cunningham, and it talked about filling your cup. Hold on, I'm going to find it really fast. Fill cup. I'm just going to paraphrase it because I don't want to spend time looking here. It basically says, a cup full of sweet water cannot spill even one bitter drop if it is jarred. That's paraphrasing it. And that was so powerful to me to hear that, how important it is for us to fill our cups. Because even if you have a cup full of sweet water and your kids are yelling and whining and screaming because school starts in 7 days and we might not make it, guys, like it's borderline here. If I homeschooled, my kids would be dead or illiterate, okay? So, but as long as I'm filling my cup with sweet, sweet water, if somebody bumps into me, not even one bitter drop can pour out of it. Not even one. It will always spill out sweetness. But if we are not filling it with good things, like this morning, I had like bitter water pouring from my cup left and right. And I was like, okay, no. Okay.
So cool.
Say hi really fast.
Hey.
Bye. Close the door. Thank you. Mom wife.
Looks so cool.
Thank you.
You got brown hair.
Thank you. Okay, so close the door. So I went to get my hair done today, which is why Brendan is so amazed. He's seen me 4 times and he's just noticing my hair now. I went to get my hair done today and I came home a new woman because I put some sweet water in my cup. So if you feel like you are spilling bitterness all over the place, Lord have mercy, take a break. Take a break, go fill your cup with something sweet. Okay, so do all those things in the morning to make you a happy, nice human. Then Send your messages. I like to have the people who I'm going to message set out the night before. I really like to know ahead of time who I'm messaging, because if I have to sit down and be like, who am I going to message today? Usually something else distracts me. So have the people that you're going to message on a list the night before. In the summertime, sometimes I like to just message the night before and get into that routine because it's quieter in my house when my kids are in bed. But in the school year, I am doing my messages first thing when my kids walk out the door after I've fed myself and taken care of my own personal self-care things. So I'm sending messages. Then I'm following up. It takes on average 8 to 11 contacts to get someone to be ready to join. Sometimes those 8 to 11 contacts are over the course of 16 months, 22 months, however long it may be. Doing those 8 to 11 messages in 1 week are probably not going to give you a lot of success, right? So you have to follow up, but keep following up. It's okay for people to tell you no, just keep following up. And sometimes if they're not ready for a plexus follow-up, you could do a relationship building follow-up. If you have people that ignore you, the way that I like to check in with those people is if it's someone that I see often and I'm good friends with them and they have read my message and not responded, I will send them a message and say, oh, hey, is everything okay? It's not like you to not respond and I'm worried about you. Are you okay? And then they respond back and they go, yeah, I'm fine. Sorry. I didn't really want your thing. And I didn't really know to say no. And so I'm sorry. I just don't want plexus. I'm just doing really great right now in my life. Everything's great. And then I say, oh, I'm so glad. Great. Awesome. Hey, when do your kids start school, by the way? I change the subject right away so that our relationship doesn't skip a beat, right? Act like a duck. Paddle underwater in pure chaos, but look calm, cool, and collected on the surface. You can be like inside of your chest, but be like, oh, great, when do your kids start school? Right? Just whatever it is, just have something there in your pocket, tucked away, to help you move right into the next part of your relationship. But you've planted that seed, and you're continuing to build a relationship with them. And next time you see them complaining about how tired they are, or maybe they don't ever say anything because everything looks great on the outside, maybe you follow up with them 6 months later and they still tell you no, at least you're there. And you're showing them that you're there and you're being a friend and you have more interest in them than just your product that you're selling. You really just are interested in their life and what they're doing. So that's my favorite way to get people to respond. And sometimes they still ignore me. And so then what I'll do is I'll go to their Facebook page, and instead of leaving a comment on their post, I'll go and send it in a message. So if I really like this picture of, something they posted that they've done with their kids, or if they've gone to some, camping thing or whatever, I'll go there and instead I'll like it. And then I'll send them a private message and say, oh my gosh, your camping trip looked so fun. Have you been there before? I'm actually planning a trip myself. Can you give me some advice? Again, your relationship building. And sometimes they'll go right into answering that and hope I didn't notice that they ignored my question about plexus. And that's fine, because they know that I know that they know that I know. So we're good, right? Okay, so message people every day. Follow up in this order, guys, in this order. Message people every day, follow up, then you do a post on Facebook. It's not your first thing, it's your third thing. And as a person that loves social media, loved it before plexus, love it even more now, that is really hard for me to do in that order, because sometimes I'm like chomping at the bit. I'm like, oh, but it's such a good post and I want to get it up right now. Okay. Do your other stuff first. Please do your other stuff first. You can jot it down in a notebook if you have a really catchy saying and you're worried you're going to forget it. If you want to use a certain hashtag or whatever, just write it down. Do your work first, then play. Okay? Get it done. It doesn't take that long. It actually takes longer to put it off all day than it does to just spend 5 minutes and get it done. You're not sending a 3-paragraph message to somebody. You are sending them a 2-sentence thing. Hey, I don't know if you've seen my posts, and what's been going on with me. I wasn't doing too great, but I'm actually feeling a lot better now. It's this thing that helped me. It's called plexus. Have you heard of it before? It can really be that simple. That simple. And you're not selling anything. You're just saying, this thing helped me. Have you heard of it before? It's not salesy. It's not pushy. It's just like saying, hey, did you see that new Method spray at Target in the lavender scent? It's special this month. Have you seen it? Right? You're just creating conversation. Okay. So then after you do that, then you're going to check in with your team. Has anyone started a three-way message with you? If they haven't, why not? Let's see how they're doing. Are they sending their messages? Are they doing their follow-up? Are they posting on Facebook? Because if they're doing all those things, hopefully you're going to have some three-way messages to go in and help with, right? To help them build their team. And then after all those income-producing things are done, then let's make a post on your team page. Better yet, get the Buffer app. It's my favorite little app. And I pay $10 a month so that I can post in multiple pages. And I only use it to post inside of team pages for trainings and team posts. I don't ever use it for my personal Facebook page or my personal Instagram account, because I worry that if we go toward that people will think we are not being genuine. And so I don't know if you're doing that yourself, but spend some time thinking about what that looks like to someone who is seeing your Facebook feed posted by Buffer 23 minutes ago. You know, I think that we need to be authentic, and the more authentic that we can be, the better. And if we're just checking things off the list, like, oh, did that today, then we're not really connecting with people. And if we're not connecting with people, we're in big trouble, guys. Big trouble. So I love to use the Buffer app for my posts on my team page so that I can sleep in all summer long, but my team page is posting at 8 a.m. The first post to get everyone started who's up early on the East Coast, or they just like to be up early when I don't. So I love doing that. So in that order, message people, follow up, three-way messages, message people, follow up, your personal Facebook post, whether it's a personal post or a plexus post, then three-way messages, then do your team page post in that order, because you're putting your oxygen mask on first. Oh, good. There's another blue. Linda, there's another blue. Okay. Linda was telling me that she is blue, and so am I. So we are kindred soul sisters. Okay. So that is pretty much why I feel like we have had success on our team. We always do welcome packs every single time. It's so important to get everyone a welcome pack every time. We are a triplex X Factor team. And after that, I like people to add on the E's. And after that, I like people to add on the Mega X in that order. I feel like those are the building blocks. Maybe your team does it differently. Maybe you like different combos. Whatever it is that your team leaders are telling you to do, duplicate whatever it is they're telling you to duplicate, because they are amazing and they got to where they are because they're doing something right. So just listen to them and do what they say, because if you do that, you will succeed and you will progress. You have such great leaders, and work until midnight on the last day of August to earn Leaders Retreat. Even if there's 10 minutes to the hour and you're 56 people away, work till that very last minute, because maybe you use those last 10 minutes to follow up with that one person, or send that one cold message to that one chicken list person that you've never had courage to send to. And you send it in that last 10 minutes of the month, because you're working until the last second ticks. And maybe they don't respond back that night, but maybe a month later, that person joins your team and changes everything for you. It's never a waste to try up until the last minute, even if you quote unquote are failing, which to me, even though you don't make your goals, you're not failing. Because if you are getting up and doing your business and doing your work every day, you are succeeding. And a team in momentum doesn't mean that you're on the top 20 list every week. A team in momentum is a team that's messaging you every day, that are doing virtual events with you, that are doing sip and sees. That's a team in momentum. You don't have to be on the leaders board to be in momentum. It's nice. The paychecks are nice when you're on the leaders board, but getting a team into momentum is not always about all the accolades. It's having people responding to you, right? It's having them interact with you. And that is you being in the arena. And that's what Theodore Roosevelt talks about in his quote. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena. His face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, right? Who makes mistakes? We all do. Who falls short again and again. Because there is no effort without error and shortcoming, but who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows the great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, which is exactly what we are all doing, who at best knows in the end of the triumph of high achievement. And boy, does it feel good to make that high achievement, doesn't it? And who at the worst, if he fails, at least he fails while daring greatly. That's all I have for you guys tonight. I hope that you will dare greatly and go, even though you might fail, try anyway, because you're already succeeding, because you just got in the arena. Thank you for having me tonight, guys.
Oh gosh, Emily, love you. You have just an amazing spirit, and I just am so blessed that you were on our call tonight.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and we'll get this recording up very soon. Thank you guys all. Have an
Bye,
amazing
guys.
night.
See you at Leaders Retreat.